checking us out here at Clobbering Time. The year is 1983, and we are heading down to Joe Blanchard's Outlaw Territory Southwest Championship Wrestling. This is the 15th and final match in the tournament to determine the Southwest Heavyweight Champion. The combatants are Tully Blanchard versus Bob, Mr. Piledriver Sweetan. Let's check it out.
Watch how you were fortunate enough to get in the finals, fortunate enough to get in the same match with me, and have the pleasure of being defeated 1, 2, 3 by the Southwest Heavyweight Champion. Just watch this, Bob Sweetan, with all the rest of your so-called fans.
Ladies and gentlemen, this was the main event, the last of the 15 matches. Tully Blanchard against Bob Sweetan. They battled to the end, and they battled right to the end of this bell. Let's take a look. Ricky Morton on the outside of the ring helping Bob Sweetan in for this main event. We've already had 14 matches. Tully Blanchard and Bob Sweetan have defeated their other 3 opponents. They've come into the big main event with a winner to claim that Southwest Heavyweight Championship belt that the referee Jack Howe is showing all the fans here at the Hemisphere Arena. Bob Sweetan, as you can see, with a bandage across his forehead, injured in a previous match, had to be helped into the ring by Ricky Morton. Tully Blanchard was complaining that Sweetan didn't get out there soon enough, but the introductions are now being made. The belt is passed to the outside. This is the main event, scheduled for one fall with a 60-minute time limit for the Southwest Heavyweight Championship tournament being held this night. It's boiled down to these 2 right here as the referee checks over Tully Blanchard. Bob Sweetan holding on to that top rope. The referee explaining the rules. He doesn't want any punching. And Bob Sweetan barely able to stand up as he backs into that left corner. Tully Blanchard, you can see, is raring to go. He wants to get a hold of Sweetan. A bell is about to sound, and I believe it has. Yes, it has sounded, and the referee Jack Howe just checking on Bob Sweetan to see if he wants to go in this match. Bob Sweetan, very weak. Tully Blanchard starts by a kick and then a punch as he backs Sweetan into the corner. He is laying some haymakers in there. Oh, what a blow there by Bob Sweetan as he backed Tully Blanchard up. Blanchard quickly goes back after him. Remember, the winner of this match will be the new Southwest Heavyweight Champion. Tully Blanchard throwing some big punches. Sweetan also laying 1 or 2 in there. There's one. As Blanchard continues to wail and Sweetan comes back at him. Sweetan coming off that bottom rope, using it for a little leverage, getting at 285 pounds and using it to his advantage. There's an elbow by Blanchard. He whips Sweetan into the rope. Gets that fist into the midsection. Ooh, a punch from Sweetan doubles up Tully Blanchard. Oh, he swung wildly that time and he missed. If he'd have caught Blanchard with that one, he'd have been gone. It would have been all over, but Blanchard got his head snapped back out of the way. And now it's Tully Blanchard pouring it on Bob Sweetan. A knee from Tully Blanchard. The referee Jack Howe says, get back. Let him get back in the ring as his head was out underneath that bottom rope. Blanchard holding on to the hair of Sweetan. Sweetan knocks him off. There's another punch, and this time it connects and Tully Blanchard hits the deck. Blanchard with the knee to the midsection of Bob Sweetan. Sweetan with a punch. That's very close to the throat that time. Sweetan off the rope as he bounced off there, trying to get a little more power behind that big punch. He knocked Tully Blanchard down, but you can see Sweetan is very, very weak. Blanchard dives in there and knocks Sweetan back to the ropes. Sweetan received these injuries in an earlier match. Blanchard blocked that one and got his own punch in there. Going for the suplex. Can he get him up? He got him. 285 pounds. He got him up in the air, drops him back. The referee counting now. Sweetan looks like he's just about out of it. Blanchard took a lot out of him to pick up that 285 pounds, get it high in the air and drop it back. Blanchard catches a fist from Sweetan as he starts in after him. Sweetan with another one to this side of the head of Tully Blanchard, and he now swings wildly. Barely missing the referee. If he'd hit him, that would have cost him the match. You can bet on that. Sweetan with a side headlock. Blanchard picks him up, drops him across that top rope. Blanchard's got him covered up. Here's the count. It's 2, 3, and it's all over. Tully Blanchard on the 3 count defeats Bob Sweetan in the final match. That's the 15th match of the tournament. It was the finals. Tully Blanchard will now receive the belt from the referee, and he is the new Southwest Heavyweight Champion. Tully Blanchard, I'm sure the fans all watching that at home wondered why Bob Sweetan had the bandage on his head and why he was all covered with blood.
Well, Steve Stack, you know, the tournament, one-night tournament, you had to wrestle 4 times to get to the finals. It was very tough. I had to wrestle a lot of tough men, and so did Bob Sweetan. But maybe Bob Sweetan bit off a little bit more than he could handle in that semifinal. But that's okay, Bob Sweetan. You showed a little bit of guts. You showed a little bit of intestinal fortitude. But I tell you what, Bob Sweetan, you didn't have what it takes. You didn't have enough guts. You didn't have enough brains to beat me. Bob Sweetan, you've been talking for months and months and months. You dropped me on my head, put me out of wrestling. What goes around comes around, Bob Sweetan. This was a sweet victory. Very sweet. I beat you like I owned you, like the dog you are. And Bob Sweetan, go to the bottom of the ladder, brother, because this belt and the next time you step in the ring with me will be a long, long way down the road.
Thank you very much. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the new Southwest Heavyweight Champion. Stay tuned because we've got more excitement here right after this.
You celebrate.
Ladies and gentlemen, the man who went into the semifinals and, of course, into the final match for the Southwest Heavyweight Championship is Bob Sweetan. And, Bob, you and Ricky are here, and I know you watched the tape that Tully Blanchard just showed, and he is the new champion.
You know, I wonder, Tully Blanchard standing up here in all this finery, if he feels like that victory's a little hollow. If he feels deep down inside that he really, truly is the champion. January 1st is going to stay in my mind for a long time, Steve. It was one of the longest and hardest nights of my professional career. There's a lot of things went on in that tournament that I didn't feel satisfied with. It ended up somebody being the champion I don't think should have been the champion. And the only thing I've got to say, I'd like to apologize to the people for not winning.
Wait a minute. Bob, you don't got to apologize to nobody.
I didn't win the match. I didn't win the title, Rick.
Well, how many times you beat Tully Blanchard before, Bob? It wasn't Tully that beat you. It was Adrian Adonis. I sat out there, I watched the semifinal match, and I saw you beat him. Then I seen him put that sleeper hold on you. And then I come back to the ring, carried you back, right? Okay, you was in the dressing room. Steve, he was injured. I tried not to get Bob to go to the ring, but he went ahead anyway. That shows that he wanted that belt real bad. I'll tell you that right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we were there with Southwest Championship.
I just feel like I left everybody down, Steve. The people were behind me 100%, and I let them down because I didn't win the title. And the only thing I can say now, I'm going to do everything in my power to get another shot at that. And all I got to say is, Blanchard, keep looking over your shoulder, because I'm coming. Well, above all, Adonis is going to get it. He's going to pay for
He didn't beat you, Bob. People don't believe that. They got to be crazy.
Let me interrupt you there, Rick, and we want to take the people back to the Hemisphere Arena now and show them the semifinal match where Adrian Adonis battled it out with Bob Sweetan.
Adrian Adonis up on that middle rope. Sweetan laying in the center of the ring. Adonis diving up there with an elbow, and Bob Sweetan rolls out from underneath. This is a semifinal match in the Southwest Heavyweight Championship tournament. Sweetan has won his previous 2 matches, and so has Adonis. This is their 3rd fight of the night. It's the first time they've met each other. Sweetan holding on to that left arm. Adrian Adonis. Man from New York City. Sweetan holding on to the left arm. Adrian Adonis trying to figure a way to get out and get things going his way. Sweetan off the ropes, and there's an elbow at the top of the head. Sweetan dropped to his knees. Adonis back into the corner, getting a little brutal, comes out of there now, dives in there with both forearms, knocks Bob Sweetan down. The winner of this match will continue to the final for the Southwest Heavyweight Championship. There's a knee from Adrian Adonis as he drops it across the head of Bob Sweetan. Adonis turns him around. Another knee to the same spot. Adonis grabs him by the head. And the third knee across the head of Bob Sweetan, known as Mr. Piledriver. I'm sure he'd like to put the piledriver on Adrian Adonis about now, but it doesn't seem that he's going to get the chance at this point of the match. Big fist, as you can see. Adonis has Sweetan injured. Adrian Adonis continues to lay those big ones into the head of Bob Sweetan. There's an elbow to that spot. Now he goes to biting. Adonis wanting to do anything he can to win the match, continue in the tournament. Uppercut with that left. Bulldogs him across the ring. On top, it's Adrian Adonis. Just the one count as Sweetan kicks out from underneath. Adonis grabs him by the arm, whips him into the turnbuckle. Adonis going after him, and Sweetan gets out of the way, and it's Adonis crashing into that turnbuckle. Sweetan flies across the ring, has him covered up, and let's see, did the referee get the 3 count? He did. Yes, he did. 1, 2, 3, very quickly, and Adrian Adonis can't believe it. Bob Sweetan, the winner of the semifinal match, and Adrian Adonis now clamps the Goodnight Irene sleeper hold on him. Adrian Adonis trying to finish off Bob Sweetan. Oh, he kicks the referee Jack Howe down. Here comes Terry Daniels in. Here comes El Santo Negro as Adrian Adonis kicks El Santo Negro, takes Terry Daniels, grabs him by the hair, throws him out onto the floor here at the Hemisphere Arena. Bob Sweetan, the winner of the match, but you couldn't tell it right here as Adrian Adonis back to the Goodnight Irene sleeper hold as he tries to put Bob Sweetan out of it. Referee Jack Howe's been knocked down. The match, remember, is already over. Sweetan is the winner. He'll go into the finals as Adrian Adonis really has it clamped on. Here comes Ricky Morton, and Adrian Adonis bails out of the ring as he saw Morton coming. Scott Casey is also there to help out as Bob Sweetan is out, being put out by Adrian Adonis with the Goodnight Irene sleeper hold after Bob Sweetan laid that 285 pounds through the air on top of Adrian Adonis, got the 3 count, and he is the winner of the match as Scott Casey talks to Bob Sweetan. And you can see Sweetan in a very bad way right here. He doesn't look at this point the winner of the match, but he had his hand raised in victory by the referee Jack Howe. And Sweetan goes on into the finals for the Southwest Heavyweight Championship.
Now this led to a very long and violent feud between Tully and Bob. One so bloody, in fact, that the USA Network refused to air it. Pussies. But if you like to see more of this type of stuff, more old school action, promos, matches, you name it, drop me a line, let me know what you want to see, and I'll see what I can do for you. Thanks for stopping by here at